To win a race now is not only just to do the job properly from the driver's angle, it means that we've beaten other teams, other constructors, and very often when we're competing against what we feel are bigger, more supported teams, this is very thrilling. You've just beaten the other people. This weekend you were right, you had the better car, you drove it better, and this is the thing you're trying to do. The name of the game is to win, and if you don't win, it's not all that much fun. The difference between winning and losing is just immense.
The sun should be showing up here. The photographers are starting to rush, getting their cameras unlimbered to get a picture of the professor. And here's Ayrton Senna coming in. And again, a 1-2 sweep for the Marlboro McLaren Honda engine cars. It's an unbelievable record for this magnificent racing team.
Throughout the 1980s, McLaren had dominated in Formula One racing with the McLaren MP44. When some of the executives from McLaren got together, they came up with a new challenge, a road-going car, their first one for McLaren. McLaren had never built a road car, they had always just built racing cars. Gordon Murray had a sketch of a 3-seater road-going car. His main intention was having the driver in the middle. They designed the car solely to be a road-going car, but not just a conventional road-going car, but the greatest driving machine ever created. It was a really raw car where there was no driver assist that you have in modern cars now, like power steering, vacuum assisted brakes, traction control. The car has nothing of that, so it's pretty much as raw as a road-going car can be. And this one.
Stop.
When the car came out, it was actually the fastest road-going car of all time. It went right over 240 miles per hour, something that no other car has reached. They ended up convincing McLaren to build 5 GTR cars to race at Le Mans in 1995. McLaren ended up going racing at Le Mans and they dominated. It was the last time that a road-going commercial production car won outright at Le Mans, beating prototypes that are specifically designed to win that race. So it's a car that unfortunately will probably never ever be replicated again. With our collection here at the Revs Institute, we consider them active matter objects. They have to be kept in use in order for them to survive. The cars have to be driven. We take them to racetracks. We participate in automotive events, historic events, and it gives us an opportunity to drive all the cars. We attended the Targa 66 event, which is held by Brian Redman, and then the Miami Concours just coincidentally happened to be that same weekend, happening at the Miami Design District. It was a great opportunity for us to drive the car over and not just trailer it. Driving a car like that, obviously you want to enjoy it and share it with the public, but you also have to respect it and treat it as a priceless piece, because in some ways it is pretty much priceless. I actually had the fortune of driving the car, which is, something unreal. Over 100-mile distance by myself in the car, left alone to my thoughts, my emotions. It's the most stressful thing that I've done and had so much joy.
Wake up, Pedro. Wake up. It's not a dream, baby. Reality.
So I had to be mindful of how I was driving, but the driving experience was absolutely amazing to be able to hear, you know, the naturally aspirated BMW V12 engine in the car, downshift from 6th to 5th gear, accelerate, downshift to 4th. It's amazing to see other people's reaction on the road. You know, it's a car that people know what they're looking at. They absolutely lose their mind or freak out because, you know, it's a car that they only made 64 of them, and because of its value, it's very rare that somebody takes it on the road and somewhat puts it at risk like that. Halfway through the trip, we pulled into a gas station and just parked the car at the gas pumps like it was a conventional car. The car was already completely full, so we didn't have to get any fuel, but it was just a good time to get out of the car, kind of process the whole drive, the experience of being in the car. You know, like I said, you're very nervous, you're stressed out when you're driving and you're trying to enjoy the ride, but it's also something that you have to be, you know, you have to be monitoring the gauges, the oil pressure gauge, the oil temperature, the water temperature. You're just constantly monitoring your gauges and any kind of messaging system that, you know, the McLaren F1 has a messaging system on its dashboard. Just let you know if anything is going bad on the car. But like I said, the car behaved perfectly. All the temperatures were at optimal operating temperature. Actually, the engine oil always ran a little bit cold, and that's just the nature of running at a highway speed where the RPM's a little below. So every now and then I would have to downshift just to create a little RPM and heat in the engine to get the oil temperature up to its optimal operating temperature. We made it all the way to Homestead. It was amazing to see the people's reaction. And as I pulled into the garage there at Homestead Speedway, you can just see the crowd start coming around the car and the reaction. You know, like I said, it's a very rare car that not many people will get to see, and it was amazing to just share with the people at the racetrack. Especially when they found out it had just been driven from Naples, which was, you know, close to a 200-mile drive in distance. So it was a great opportunity. So we participated in the Target 66 event, which is another amazing opportunity. You know, it's one thing to be on the public road with the car, but it's another thing to be at the racetrack. To do some media shoots with the car, so I followed our media team that had some cameras mounted on the rental car. So that was in itself an amazing opportunity. It's a great chance for us to get some great photos of the car, some awesome videos, you know, create memories and share with the people. And that all led us up to participating at the Miami Concours. Miami Concours is famous for laying out a massive red carpet for the cars to be displayed on. So just pulling into that red carpet was an amazing experience. You know, it kind of feels like a fairy tale to be able to drive into the show like that and having that kind of reception for the cars. We are here today at the Miami Design District for the Miami Concours, surrounded by some amazing cars. They put this amazing display together, some of the fastest cars throughout their time. The car is surrounded by some of its sisters from the 1990s. In front of it is a legendary Bugatti EV110 Super Sport. We have another childhood icon of mine, which is the Jaguar XJ220. We have a Lamborghini Miura, obviously the iconic Lamborghini Countach. We have a Bugatti Chiron, and some amazing cars surrounding the whole event in itself. And it's a great opportunity for us to be here, share this iconic car with everybody, see everybody's reaction, to be able to bring this car out to people, show it to them, open it up, and just try to be as generous as possible with everybody, answering any questions. Many people, you know, want to know the in and outs of what it takes to maintain a car like this. It's wonderful to be out here. We're surrounded by amazing people, amazing car owners, collectors, cars with a great history. I mean, it's just a great grouping of cars from the 1990s. I left the car open for everybody to see at the beginning, because seeing that car with its, you know, its butterfly doors wide open, the engine compartment open, something famous for this car that this car has is, you know, the heat produced from the engine and from the muffler system, the exhaust system in the rear. It emits a lot of heat, and then the best way to control that heat was to laminate all the engine bay, the inside of the fenders and in the rear of the body. It's all laminated with gold foil, so that was the best way to control the heat from that. So having all those compartments open and seeing some of the gold foil exposed to the sunlight of Miami was amazing, and you know, creates for some amazing photographs. It was an amazing opportunity to share the car with people and open it up. You rarely see these cars, and to have somebody open the car up and show you the engine bay and, you know, remove some of the baggages and show the people, you know, the fans and enthusiasts how the car was built and what it comes with, and talk to them about the experience of driving the car. You know, we were sharing the story of us driving the car over from Naples, Florida, and everyone there couldn't believe it and thought how cool it was that we did that and you know, and used the car with that, what it's meant for. There were other spectacular cars there, you know, modern hypercars, supercars that sound insane and look absolutely incredible. And the car ended up winning Best of Show, so that was a great experience for us going up, receiving the award. But it was amazing to see the appreciation and the knowledge that the people there, you know, that attending the event had. It just proves that what the car represents, the icon that it is in the automotive world. Unfortunately, a lot of these modern supercars don't get driven. A lot of them only have 20 to 30 miles, which I believe is a shame. You know, a car like this has to be driven. It's an active matter. I think there's a famous quote that a body in motion stays in motion, and that applies to our automobiles as well. Usually when we have a car that hasn't been exercised, what we call, which is our annual drives, if we remove a car from the gallery that hasn't been exercised, let's say in 3 years or so, usually that car has many more issues and problems than a car that was just driven, let's say, a year ago.
You guys ready? Yep.
It's an artifactal piece that has to be in motion and used and appreciated, as well as respected. It's not that we're just taking them out and just starting them up and driving them for the sake of driving them. We have to find a purpose and the right event that corresponds with the car where it's appreciated. But you have to do these things often because it keeps the car alive, it keeps everything in motion, and you know, it's a great opportunity for us to pass along this knowledge too. Anytime we operate some of these cars, we take very particular notes, meticulous notes on how the car behaves, how it's operating, and how it's also decaying somewhat through time. The materials, we take notes of, you know, any complications that we have with the car, try to attend to them in the most respectful way. So, you know, these cars do have to be driven, do have to be used and celebrated at different automotive events and historic events.
I can see why they call it the greatest car of all time. Not just for its significance in racing, but as the experience that you get as a driver. It's very unique, and no other car can recreate that experience of driving such a unicorn of a car, an icon of a car.